Hey guys, and welcome back to part 3 of my terrain project. And as you can see, it has changed rather significantly since the last time you guys had a look. So I'm going to show you guys what I've been up to. This is probably about 5-6 hours worth of work. We're getting now pretty close to the end finish. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this is going so far. As you can see, it's really starting to get the feel now of what I'm looking for. So what have I done? Well, I basically went around all the edges and I've tidied those up as much as you can with filler. So they're now sort of, instead of looking all sort of horrible and messy, it's looking more smooth and symmetrical around the edge of the board, so that's all sort of tidied up. More importantly, around the trench line, I've built up mud basically, well, filler, but that's the mud, all up the edges. So there's now this this illusion of height there, a lot more than there was beforehand. In a Flames of War set, I got these little dead German and Russian soldiers, which I thought would be rather quite easy and nice to just pop in there. All the craters I've smoothed out, again looks less jagged and looks a lot more organic. I wanted them to look like they've been there for a while and they sort of started, the mud has sort of started seeping back into it. I've got to think of a way to do a nice decent water effect, like this sort of pooling water. Over here on this road, again built up the edges here just to give that illusion of height. Nice bomb crater here, and a tank destroyer's just crashed off the road, and there's all the sort of wreckage there, as well as a little German soldier there, and there's another one over there. I took a lighter to them. I thought I wanted a way to, you know, make it sort of look like they'd really taken a pounding from another anti-tank gun, and excuse me, lighters work really well. Don't melt it too much, don't let it catch fire, but a melter really, melter? No, a lighter, melter, what am I on about? Freudian slip there, 40k Freudian slip. A lighter really warps the hull, makes it look like it's taken the brunt force of something. So with a couple paint effects, that should really, yeah, look like it's actually been hit by something, as opposed to me just cutting a ugly looking hole in it. Over here, you can see at the far back there's another crater just over here, and this rubble here. Again, I wanted the idea that everything other than the trench line, sort of this, like this quagmire, like the mud had been churned up by constant bombardment and tanks. Smoothed all the edges in, filled all the edges in. I really wanted to hide any sort of polystyrene left over. More craters, as you can see there, and then this pathway here, I've put more filler down, and then I've taken one of my 15mm tanks and just literally dabbed it along all the way here, just so you've got, it looks like stuff's been driving backwards and forwards, it's churned up the mud. You can even see a couple tank patterns there in the mud, and then when that's painted up and highlighted, that'll shine through nicely. Again, more craters over here, another tank destroyer there, another German, or I think it's a German, whatever I had, something left on a sprue. Oh, camera focusing. And yeah, more ruins over there, and that crater over there. So yeah, it's really starting to take shape. I was umming and ahhing for a long time about whether or not to put in wooden slats against the edge, and I did and I didn't, and I'm probably going to leave it. This is going to be sort of a 15mm scale. I think using cocktail sticks as sort of like wooden slats holding up the mud may get lost, the detail may just get lost, and I think that it's pretty clear this is a trench line. It's been dug out, it's been maintained, and I'm also thinking about maybe doing sort of a winter style one. So the idea is the sort of the Earth's frozen solid, permafrost setting, and there's no real need for slats because the ground's like concrete anyway. But yeah, what have I got to do next to this? Well, I've got to add, well, paint first of all. Really touch up any last minute details, because once I start applying paint, that's it, no, nothing else. I've got some gravel, some very fine gravel, which I'm going to use around certain things like the rubble over there, just to look more like sort of, you know, broken masonry and bricks and stuff like that. A friend of mine recommended sawdust as well, and also I've seen on Templars Crusade 01, he recommended shell, seashells, broken up. That looks sort of like bits of building and stuff like that everywhere. But I don't want to go too OTT. I'm very aware that a lot has been done to this, and I want the board to be playable. This is going to be part of a bigger system, of course, but still, you want you guys to be able to move through this, to actually be able to do stuff. And for 15mm, it's going to be fine. It should really work well. And also, what's really nice is that hopefully you're going to find for 15mm there'll be quite an element of strategy and a challenge to fighting on this sort of board, because what you've really got a lot of uncomfortable terrain when it comes to tanks moving around here. Tanks really should be trying to stay on the road and really coming through, and perhaps offering fire support from the road, and the infantry fighting on these sides. And then what I'll do is, as I said in the previous video, there'll be another board here, and this will open up a lot more and allow tanks to really move around and start shooting each other up. But I wanted the idea that at either end there was sort of almost this exclusively significant board either end of the map, if that's what you want to call it, with one in the middle where tanks could drive around, and either end it was only really infantry that had the high ground when it came to movement and stuff like that. Just because I think sometimes infantry can get a little bit sort of forgotten in any war game really. Tanks sort of take the lead because they look awesome. They're big, heavy metal things with tracks and guns. Yeah, so that's just sort of my thinkings at the moment, my ramblings, my ideas there. But I hope you guys like it. I've had some really nice comments, so thank you very much for those. Like I say, I shall show you more as time goes on, but I really think this will be now the sort of penultimate episode, and the next one you should see will be all done. Lovely, lovely. And wow, the fumes coming off this thing are ridiculous. I'm literally, well, I'm getting a little bit dizzy. So yeah, thanks very much guys. I hope to see you in the comment section. I hope you've got some nice things to say. Perhaps if you've got some advice, feel free to share it. I'd love that. And yeah, I mean, if you're doing this at home, if this is sort of perhaps giving you the idea to crack out the old filler and the board and have a go yourself, by all means do it. I've got to be honest with you, I never thought I would get this far. I thought I would really make a mess of it, but seeing it here all before me, I'm quite proud of myself. I'm not going to be falsely modest. I really am proud of myself. I've never really tried anything like this before, and yeah, so hopefully when it's all painted up it will look even better. So thanks very much guys for watching. Cheers for bearing with if you're coming up to 8 minutes and you're still interested. And I'll see you guys later on in another video. So thanks very much. Bye bye. Take it easy.